Hi, Deej. I watched your video. I watched the whole thing, all like 9 minutes of it. And it was long, but like it was good. And I'm really glad to be hearing about all the stuff that you're doing because this is kind of like one of the only ways that we get to like have really long conversations with each other. And it's super exciting to hear all the stuff that you're doing. I'm so thrilled that you're doing more official things with, all the stuff that you've learned. And I don't know, I feel like kind of like proud that we started Twabby Channel and that like we were your like humble beginnings. Like someday when they write your biography, they're gonna cite Twabby Channel videos and like Teach Tuesdays as like the beginning of his career, like the early years. And that's just super cool to think about. But it's so great that you're doing like that TV show. It sounds amazing. I'm thrilled. I cannot wait to watch it. I can't wait to see what you're doing. Um, if you ever need any help, like you were talking about how you need professionals, and I'm definitely not a professional, but like if you ever need like a goofy person to do a stupid cameo that all the other people are like too embarrassed to do, I guess that's a good thing that I could do for you. I can help you out on that. But I'm super proud of you, and I'm so happy that you're going forward with all these projects in your head and all these ideas that you have, and you're finding a way to make them a reality. And it's tough to take something that's just in your head and then to make it real. That's like a really tough thing, and I know that. And a lot of the time, when it finally comes out to the final product, it's not going to be like what it is in your head, but it's going to be hopefully even better. And that's just kind of the gamble you take with making art and creating things. Is just that uh, kind of figuring out a way to translate it so that even if it doesn't come off perfectly, people will understand and like get your image. But it's so great that you're doing stuff like that's so cool. You're so cool. um, Man, I'm gonna write your biography so that I can get like halfway famous off of your fame someday. um, but projects was a really good theme for your video. I've been thinking about projects a lot lately too, and your video made me think about them, and it was like really, it was interesting. Um, Projects are really good to have. It's good to have goals, and it's really cool that you have them, and I've been thinking about them a lot lately too. I'm a manager at Chipotle now. Well, manager in training. Manager in training at Chipotle, which is an awesome company that I love, and I'm probably going to stick with them. And I know it sounds dumb to be like, oh, I'm like the manager of a fast food restaurant chain, but like it's an awesome company, and they're like about more than just fast Mexican food. They're about like changing the idea of the fast food industry so that like just because it's fast food, it doesn't mean it has to be gross processed food from like animal like factories, and they're also all about like raising up leadership. And so if you're just like a person that's looking for like just a job to get you through college or whatever, like I was, they'll still be like, you have a lot of leadership skills, and like we're gonna help you figure that out, and we're gonna turn you into like someone that can like lead a store. And that's really cool. I like that a lot. I think that it like makes a difference in the world for what it's worth. So I love that job. But it's been like a little bit weird getting so involved in like becoming a manager at a store and training other people to like become managers. It's I died. It's it's a little bit it's busy, and I don't have a ton of time to be doing like other projects, and that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately because I've been getting into the art scene. I moved to the south side on Pittsburgh. I'm actually in my new house right now. That's all my stuff that I haven't unpacked yet. And that's the house. I live with a couple other roommates, and the roommate that owned all the furniture hasn't moved in yet, so we've just been sitting on the floor and eating off the floor, and it's a lot of fun actually. I'll be a little bit bummed when we get like a real table. But I moved out here. It's very far away from Mars. It's also far away from Springfield, so I'm very happy here. um, and I just recently got into an art gallery. I had a real art exhibition. It was my first official one, like a month ago. You guys might have heard about it. I got into an art gallery here. They did an exhibition at Mr. Small's, and I got to display my work alongside people that have been doing this for like 30, 40 years, actual professional artists, and it was really awesome. And I got to have a lot of feedback from people that are like kind of my elders in this field. Um, I got a lot of criticism and a lot of feedback, and it was really good. And it opened a lot of doors for me to be able to be in contact with other people that own other galleries and stuff. And it was generally positive. People have been pushing me to like do more work, and to, really be honing my skills. And I have a couple of other galleries that I'm looking into getting into, and it's like a little terrifying because now it's one of those things where like this is real legit, and I'm gonna try to make this work as like a real profession because in high school and even in college while I was going to be a painting major, I would say, like, people would say, what do you want to do with your life? And I'd be like, oh well, like, I mean, my pipe dream is to be able to make a living off of my art because that's such a uncommon thing nowadays, is be able to actually make a living with just like paintings and drawings that you do. Like, that's like unheard of basically. But I've had a lot of projects on my mind lately, and it's been a really hectic time for me. I moved, I think, 4 different times this year, 4 or 5 different times. I haven't really had like a solid place to live this whole time. It's not like I've been homeless or anything. It's just like I've been moving. I moved from college to my parents' house, to my parents' house, to like a halfway house, that house, back to my parents' house, and now here. And I'm hoping that here is more permanent, and I'm hoping that I can kind of set up shop here a little bit, and it's gonna be really exciting. But I have a lot of different ideas that I want to do for new paintings and new projects, and I'm thinking about maybe starting like an online store where people can buy prints, because that was a big thing that I noticed during my art exhibition, was that people bought a lot of prints if they were, if they were available. And so I had a couple of prints that sold just right away. And so I'm considering opening an online store for, pictures and all sorts of stuff. But it's getting to that terrifying part where you have to keep going, and you can't kind of just like coast on your college uh, portfolio anymore. I have to be making new stuff, and I have to be making innovative stuff. And the Pittsburgh art scene is already very innovative, very avant-garde, and very big. And so it's like a little bit scary because I'm in it now. I'm in this industry with the big dogs. Pittsburgh's been famous for spawning out some huge names in the industry, and I'm rubbing elbows with them, and I'm going to be one of them, and I'm going up against them head on, and I have to kind of define my brand, and I have to make more stuff, and it's terrifying. So I've been thinking a lot about that. I've been thinking a lot about dance. I haven't been able to dance basically this whole year since I left college. My last dance project was my friend from college, John, did his capstone, and he used me to make like a short story through dance. I choreographed it and I starred in it. It was awesome, and it was super, super fun to be able to do dance as a real profession, if that makes sense. It wasn't like paid or anything, so it wasn't really a profession, but like to be able to do a real project through dance was really cool. And I haven't had anywhere to dance, but I have a lot of choreography stuff in my head. I've had a lot of projects that I've been wanting to do. I'm looking into like some studios in Pittsburgh, but most of them cost money, and money is a thing that I don't have. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm working hard. I'm glad to hear that you're working hard, Teach. That's really cool. Matt, I want to know where you're at, because I don't know anything about you anymore, because you're such a quiet introvert, which I get. I shouldn't hassle you about that because I'm right there with you. But yeah, you should put up a project video about your projects. Tell us what Matthew has going on with his projects, because I would love to know. I'm sure Teach would love to know. Tierney's probably interested. So yeah, everybody's doing really great. This is a really great follow up, and I'm glad to hear from you all. Um, and yeah, Matt, it's your turn. Popcorn.